Barakatah Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rachach Chodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to the elect. That's what these lessons are for. Alright, brothers, I'm here in RT, and this article that I was reading titled Turkey Explains Why It Hasn't Placed Sanctions on Russia. Alright, now we know sanctions are pretty much restrictions that America places on nations when they don't want to play ball with them, when they're not going in the direction that they want them to go. But the thing is, these nations are sovereign nations. You know, that's just America being that bully, you know. And the time of America being the bully of the earth is coming to an end. All right. Well, first of all, the great equalizer is here, which is the nuclear missiles. So now the weak are saying they're strong, as it tells you in the scriptures. All right. Once smaller nations, well, they're still small nations, but they have become strong by, like I said, that great equalizer, the nukes. So reading on, it says Moscow's actions in Ukraine cannot be justified, but they are not unprovoked, according to the Turkish president's spokesman. All right, now we know Turkey plays a major part in history and in prophecy. All right, so I'll read a few paragraphs and I'm going to go into some scriptures, Lord willing, for the edification of the elect. All right, and it reads, Turkey does not follow the Western lead in sanctioning Russia because it is guided by pragmatic economic considerations and, quote, a policy of balance, unquote. The Turkish president's spokesman, Ibrahim Kalin, has said in an interview with Haberturk TV. Kalin said that Ankara, which is the capital of Turkey, is pursuing, quote, a policy of balance when it comes to its relations with Russia. And this is another quote. It says, as we are dependent on foreign sources for energy, we develop relations with Russia as we do with Iran. So Turkey is in bed with Russia and Iran, all right, which are obviously not allies of America. You see what I'm saying? It reads, he explained, noting that Turkey also enjoys good relations with the U.S. and other Western countries. Now the thing is, Turkey is situated in a strategic place on the earth, all right, between Asia and Europe, all right. So pretty much it's like a tug of war over Turkey. You see what I'm saying? But Russia ultimately is going to win that, and it's already, Turkey is pretty much already down with Russia, and that's, you know, prophecies in the scriptures, man. But I'm going to get into that. I'm going to read maybe a few more lines here. It says, we do not impose sanctions on Russia over the Ukraine war. Of course, we have to protect the interests of our country, unquote, he said. In Kurlin's opinion, imposing sanctions on Moscow will, this is another quote, will harm Turkey's economy more than Russia's. Okay, and you could, you know, read the rest of it. I'll go ahead and put the article in the description box. All right. Let me see here. It says, another quote, we took a clear stand. At present, the Westerners have also accepted it. They do not say anything about Turkey's position for geopolitical reasons, Kurlin claimed. He also emphasized that his country does not support the policy of imposing personal sanctions against Russia businessmen. Okay? And like I said, I will post this in the description box so you can go ahead and check this article out. But going into the scriptures, see, we're living in the time of Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. All right? You know, everything is being made ready for the stage of this great world's war. All right? And if you cannot see that, then the Lord is just not dealing with you. Okay? So it says here, and the word of the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog. And where's that at? All right. Now, what I have here is a ancient worlds map. Okay, a biblical map. All right. Now, who you have here? This is Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Okay, which are the descendants, or I should say, the sons of Noah. Okay. Now, after the flood, where did the ark land? The ark landed on Mount Ararat, which Mount Ararat is in Turkey. All right, Mount Ararat is in Turkey. Let me pull that up right fast, and I can go back to this. Location. All right, let me put it up on a map. There we go. Let's read this right quick. Mount Ararat is a snow-capped and dormant compound volcano, which is a mountain in the extreme east of Turkey. Okay? So, this is where life, sprung from again. All right? Because as we know, after the flood, the only surviving souls were Noah, his sons, and their wives. All right? You see what I'm saying? Ham, Shem, and Japheth. So, in the division of the earth, we know Ham took Africa. The sons of Ham, Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. All right? You see what I'm saying? Then you have the Shemitic nations that took the Middle East. Okay? And then you have Japheth that took what you know today as Asia, and Turkey was a part of that. All right. Now I'm not sure if Japheth was the eldest, if that played a role in it, so on and so forth. But I do know they took this portion of land up here. All right. So when it speaks about Gog and Magog in Ezekiel 38:2. Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog. Who's that talking about? That's talking about the people that are dwelling in the land of Japheth, because we know that the Japhetic nations have been pushed out. You know what I'm saying? They're another oppressed people, by Esau. We see what they did in the Samoan Islands, so on and so forth, the island of Hawaii, and they're still rallying today to get, their lands back, so on and so forth. Well, guess what? They gotta join a long list of people that Esau has taken off of their lands, and remove the ancient landmarks. All right? But that has no concern to the Heavenly Father, because they're not the Lord's chosen people. The Lord's chosen people are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. So who's dwelling over there in the land of Magog today? The Russians. All right? Vladimir Putin and his people. Okay? Mr. KGB. All right? Now this is just something I looked up right fast. These countries are Russia's top allies. You have Cuba, which is an Israelite nation pretty much. You see what I'm saying? We all familiar about the Cuban Missile Crisis, so on and so forth. All right? If you're not, you can Google the Cuban Missile Crisis and go into some of that history. It's very good history. All right? Then you have Germany, Venezuela, which a lot of these leaders are puppet leaders, man. A lot of these leaders of these Israelite nations are puppet leaders they put up in there. Okay? Because they are indigenous people in those lands, but a lot of times, these devils put up their own people in there. All right? They topple governments and whatnot and throw up puppet leaders in there. No different with Herod. Herod was a puppet leader. All right? So that's nothing new. All right? So they have Venezuela, Syria, India, Azerbaijan, Armenia, Kazakhstan, China, and Belarus. Okay, that's their top allies. That's not their only allies, but that's their top allies. Anyway, that is who is dwelling now in the land of Gog, Magog, going into the Russians. All right. Because why? Because they are in the place where the Japhetic nations once inhabited. Okay? That's why the scriptures notes it as such. All right? It says the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. So it says the chief prince. So America is going to lose that tug of war that I mentioned earlier. All right? And it's already lost it. Because why? Because it's a part of prophecy. So pretty much let's go and see now who Meshech and Tubal is. Meshech and Tubal is talking about Turkey. Okay? Erdogan. See this guy? The president, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan. Alright? And his people. Okay? Which that's another Edomite nation. We know that, during the time of, going into the Renaissance time period, the Ottoman Turks took over this land, okay, and took down the Byzantine Empire, okay. So it says Meshech and Tubal, because why? Because Japhetic nations were dwelling here. Now you have, like I said, Erdogan and his people dwelling here, which is a Edomite nation, pretty much. All right, they're an actual Edomite nation that converted to Islam, going back way when. All right, so that's why the scriptures refers it as such. So when you read it with the understanding, it says, "Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog," which is talking about Russia. All right, it says the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, which is talking about Turkey, okay, and prophesies against him, and say, "Thus saith the Lord power, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal." So it's not like the Lord is with these Russians either, mind you. Whether you call yourself, I'm talking to you so-called white people, whether you call yourself French, whether you call yourself Dutch, whether you call yourself English, whether you call yourself a Swiss, you're all Edomites, man. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So the Lord's against you, always against you. All right. It says, "And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws," and that's why you have what's going on with the war with the Ukraine, because prior to '91. When the USSR broke up, you had those nations like Ukraine and other smaller nations that were a part of the USSR, all right? And now here it is, the Ukraine wants to go and join NATO. So Russia pretty much got back in that commie spirit, man, all right? And said, "The hell with that, now we're going to declare war on you," So it says, "And I will bring thee forth and all thy army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers," which is a sword, I believe, "and shields, all of them holding swords." Let me look up that word buckler. So this is talking about the Third World War, pretty much. Now it's mentioned, war in an ancient manner, but war has advanced, Let me see here. It says a buckler. It's from the Hebrew word tazanah. And it says here something piercing, hook, a barb, meaning dubious, coldness, cold, shield, large shield, buckler, shield. Okay. All right. So it's talking about instruments of war, pretty much, man. Okay. And it says Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. All right, so this is talking about other allies of Russia. Okay, now if you look it up, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya are allies of Russia. So it says now Gomer and all his bands, and the house of Togarmah of the north quarter and all his bands, and many people with thee. So you go into the table of nations, right, and you scroll down to the sons of Japheth. What you gonna see? The sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog and Midi. Now Midi, we're gonna get right back to Midi. So let's just continue on with the sons. The sons of Japheth, Gomer and Magog and Midi and Javan and Tubal and Meshech and Taras. The sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz and Rephath and Togarmah, and the sons of Javan, and it Tarshish and Kittim, and it goes all into these different lands, these different men that their names became the names of these lands over here. Now you see Midi, right here. Now dig this. Let's go back here. Midi. Madai, all right, and it says Media or Medes or Medi, middle land, like the word Mediterranean. All right, the word Mediterranean means middle land or middle earth. All right, Medi meaning middle, and terrain or terranean going back to land. Like the terrain, when you speak about terrain, you're speaking about earth, you're speaking about land. All right, so from here you want to go to Isaiah the 13th chapter, which this is fire, pure fire, man. It says Isaiah 13:1. I'm not going to read the whole chapter, but I'm going to get down to what the point I want to hit. It reads, the burden of Babylon. Now, burden is something that's heavy on you, all right? If you're carrying a heavy weight on your shoulders, that's a burden, all right? It says the burden of Babylon. Babylon is talking about America, as we all should know. It says, which Isaiah the son of Amos did see. Lift ye up a banner upon the high mountain. That banner is talking about the Bible, and the high mountain is talking about the American government. It says, exalt the voice unto them, shake the hand, that they may go into the gates of the nobles. So this is what the prophets are doing. This is why we were expelled from Rome, all right? Because why? Because we were exalting the voice unto them, shaking the hand. And the same thing that we're doing today on the highways and byways, all right? That they may go into the gates of the nobles. So going back then to ancient Rome, when Claudius and who was this other Caesar that expelled us from Rome? I forget the name of the Caesar right now. It'll probably come back to me. But we were expelled from Rome for doing the same things that we're doing today, teaching on the highways and byways. And in this very day and age, they're going complaining about us, man. You know, but the scriptures say what? To fear not the imaginations against us, right? Anyway, it reads, I have commanded my sanctified ones, I have also called my mighty ones for mine anger, even them that rejoice in my highness. So the sanctified ones are the prophets of the Lord, which we are, beginning with the apostles. All right. It says, I have also called my mighty ones for my anger, talking about the angels, even them that rejoice in my highness. Reading on, the noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, a tumultuous noise of the nations gathered together. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. So this right here is talking about the nuclear missiles, man. The noise of a multitude in the top of a mountain, like as of a great people. Talking about the nuclear missiles, man. A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together, going into World War III. The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. Okay, so World War III will be fought, with nuclear. It's going to end in a nuclear, war. It says they come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. So what's going to happen is that these nations, on the other side of the world, Russia, all right, mainly, is going to shoot nuclear missiles from the end of the earth over here to America to destroy this place, man. All right. Now Russia is over here, all right, and America is all the way in the west, as we all know, all right, and it's going to shoot the missiles over here and destroy it, man. So when it says a far country, it's talking about from the west side, from the east side of the world all the way to the western side of the world, and America is going to be the target that gets hit, all right. So it says they come from a far country, which I just read, that from the end of heaven, even the Lord, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Now what's going to do that? The nuclear missiles. It says, howl ye, for the day of the Lord is at hand, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. So the day of the Lord is not a nice sunny day, where the wind is just right, and a day you could go to the beach, so on and so forth. No, it's a day of destruction, man. All right, it says right here to destroy the whole land, and that's talking about the landmass of North America. All right, other places on the earth are going to get hit, but America is going to be the only place that's completely destroyed. All right, it says, therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And let me scroll down, man. You can read the whole chapter when you get a chance. There we go. This is it right here. Behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. So the Medes are a Japhetic nation. Like Darius the Mede, he would be a so-called Polynesian, a so-called Hawaiian, all right, in today's terms. You see what I'm saying? But those were, the sons of Japhet. So once again, it's talking about that region. Who's dwelling in that region now? The Russians, man. All right, you see what I'm saying? So it says, behold, I will stir up the Medes against them. Who is that them? It's talking about America. Which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. So in other words, you're not going to be able to pay them off. This ain't going to be a thing where you could buy your way out of it. You can't bribe your way out of prophecy, man. It says, their bows shall dash the young men to pieces. Now what's a bow? That bow is really talking about the nuclear silo, and the arrow that's in the bow is the nuclear missile. All right, so it says their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children. So they're not gonna have pity and take a census. Oh, how many children are here in America, so on and so forth. Because guess what? You damn devils are ruthless. In war, in any war conflict, America has been the only nation to drop atomic bombs on another nation, going back to World War II with Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And in this war that's coming, them other nations are gonna end up shooting missiles on you as well. You see what I'm saying? And even your allies are gonna turn around and bomb you, because the Lord's gonna put that in their spirit to do so, man. All right. It reads, in Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, that's talking about America, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency. Now the Chaldees were the Magi's and so-called wise men of ancient Babylon. Now, who are the Chaldees? The Council of 13, the so-called Illuminati. All right, that's what it's talking about. And this is their infrastructure. That's why it says the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency. Look at all this goddamn confusion here in America. All right, everything is in a confused state. It reads, they shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah. All right, and we know for what reason Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. Now for those reasons, and even greater and even more, will America be destroyed, because America is modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. America is modern day Babylon. Okay, so that's the time we coming to, man. And just like these nations, like it mentions the Medes, speaks over here about Meshech and Tubal, Gog and Magog. See, those nations, they got pushed out of their lands, or they migrated. All right, and that's happened plenty of times in history, man. Now Job was an Israelite, obviously. It says there was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared the Most High and eschewed evil. So when you look up this Job here, the word Job, or the name Job, is Ayawab, which means hated. All right, which he was an Israelite. Okay, Job was an Israelite. Is not Jake hated? All right. Now, what was he doing in the land of Uz? All right, because the land of Uz is Edomite territory. But see, back then you could buy yourself a plot of land. You could buy it, just like how Abraham bought land, all right, from the Hamites, all right. So Uz is from the Hebrew Iwatazah, Salakia, all right. Now it says down here, an Edomite, son of Dishon, the grandson of Seir, which these are Edomites, man. Okay. Now when you go into the, let me see, look up this name right here. Boom. Can I just, okay, let me see. Command C, Command V. You look that up. This ain't the one I want. There you go. These are the children of Dishon. It says the children of Dishon are these, Uz and Aran. Now these were, the children of Esau, man. All right. Genesis 36:19. These are the sons of Esau, who was Edom. So Esau and Edom is the same person, just like Jacob and Israel is the same person. It says, and these are their dukes, and it goes into them. So these are Edomites, man. Now, Dishon, you look that up. Dayashan. When I first read it, I said it sounds like Dashon, and it says it here, Dishon. All right. It says Dayashan or Dishon, thresher. The fifth son of Seir, which the name Seir means hairy. Okay. So it just goes to show you, man, that Esau got that violent track record, that violent name. Hey, so the name Dashon really means thresher. All right. And Uz says wooded, so on and so forth. But guess what? Job dwelt there. The country of Job, probably east and southeast of Palestine, somewhere in the Arabian desert. Just going to show you that people migrated back then. So, it's really nothing changed from then till now. Only thing that war has advanced and the earth has become more and more wicked. Okay? Scripture say, for the Lord has made, let me see. There we go. Ecclesiastes 7:29. Lo, this only have I found, that the Most High hath made man upright, but they have sought out many inventions. When you look up that word inventions, see, that word inventions, it says from the Hebrew kashaba one. All right, it says device, invention. Down here in the Strong's Dictionary, a contrivance, actual warlike machine. You see that? You see that? And that's what the earth is not going to learn anymore. War. Okay? After this Third World War, the earth is not going to learn war anymore. Let me see. Nation shall not. Shit, somewhere, something like that tells you, man. Let me see. Bear with me for one moment. Damn, I'm trying to find this paragraph. I mean, this parable, not parable. I'm sorry. This precept. I'm typing war. Oh man. All right, here's what I'll do. Okay, let me see. This is Isaiah 2. Alright, Isaiah 2 and 4. That look like it's it. Alright. So it says, and he shall judge amongst the nations and shall rebuke many people. So what's this talking about? It's talking about Yahweh Shai. This is going when it goes into it, right? Yep. Absolutely. So let's just go straight to the precept, and we're gonna end the show on here. Isaiah 2 and 4. And he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares. So in one scripture in Joel, I believe the second or third chapter, it tells you about how they shall beat their plowshares into swords. Now that's going into how agriculture, the money they put into their agriculture, these nations, they're going to put into their military to fight this great world's war. But after the world war, all right, what does it say? And they shall beat their swords into plowshares. Now they're not going to be worried with war no more, because there's going to be no more war. All right, this Third World War is going to be the war to end all wars. It says, and their spears into pruning hooks. So all your military weapons, that's why it says swords and spears and whatnot. Okay, you're not going to need them anymore. Now what you're going to be doing is being farmers, okay, and pretty much slaves up under us, okay, in the kingdom. So you ain't gonna have to worry about war. You're gonna have to worry about getting stuff together for us, getting our vineyards ready, all right, getting our our groves, our olive groves, and our patches and orchards ready and tended unto us, okay. So you ain't gonna need to learn war no more. It says, nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So this is going to be the war to end all wars, and the time is near to come, and it's not going to be prolonged. So Lord will, this lesson was edifying. Giving all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahshai. Shalom.